morning pipe before I go to work. I have to run some errands, so I'll be going in a little later. Late September, kind of maritime, foggy, gray out. Leaves are just starting to turn. It's a great time of year. I always love fall. I love summer too, but something about fall, it's kind of bittersweet. So winter's coming. Days are getting shorter. Nights are getting longer. Great for reading. By the wood stove crackling and the lamp on. Or smoking a pipe, I suppose. Although I don't smoke inside the house. Just my choice. So I'm out in the potting shed here. And I'm smoking a Dr Grabow handmade. They're still made in North Carolina. It has the usual fills, I tell you. I just can't get away from that. But it's of a decent size. The bowl, it's pretty thin. But, and it's an inexpensive pipe. The wood's nice. Not much of it. But like the bit still has mold marks on it. It's just like low end. I'll tell you, for $30 for a new pipe, hard to beat. I still like estate pipes, but I kind of like the look of the shape. This kind of pickaxe, freehand bent, call it what you want. I kind of like that. I don't do bents a lot, but this kind of half bent style kind of hits me right. But I'll tell you, they're great smoking pipes. If you just had $30 to spend, didn't want a used pipe, didn't want an estate pipe, because I think there's real value to be found in estate pipes. And yet you wanted a pipe that smokes really well. You'd end up smoking a Dr. Grabow, I think. Pretty darn nice. Working class. And I like that. When I'm smoking, there's something special too. I don't get down to the post office every day. The way mail delivery works where I am is they only deliver out on the highway. So you have to have a mailbox out on the highway, and of course those get whacked by kids driving down the highway with baseball bats and whatnot, the usual. It just feels terribly insecure, having your bills and your mail out there. Geez, I just would never do that. So I don't have a box out there. Thus, I need a post office box down in town, which is kind of nice because it's social. And if you ever read Eudora Welty's short story, what was it, Why I Live at the P.O. or something, she nailed it, as she did so many things. Even though this isn't the South, it's the Northwest, but she got it down. So I don't get down there every day, and for some reason, the post office these days is supported by junk mail. Bless the junker's heart. Keeps the post office alive. So I get some volume of mail, most of it recyclable. And the postmaster, I go on these fires at the drop of a hat or something, and so I'm out of town, and so the postmaster gave me a super secret phone number to call him up and tell him if I'm gone so he can keep my mail for me. It's that kind of place. It's a very small town. It's great. So anyway, went down to the P.O. and there was this pipe that I'd gotten off of eBay. I believe it's a new pipe, Did not come in its little blister pack the way Dr. Grabow's do. You can find Dr. Grabow's at like, gosh, little drugstores and all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? They're pretty widely distributed. But like I say, it's a good smoking pipe. And this is as big as they get, pretty much. But tobacco chamber's good size. Also in there, in the PO, was this nice package from the UK. Is that great? I tell ya. Thank you, Morris. We kind of emailed back and forth, and said he wanted to have me try some blends from a local tobacconist in Hampshire. I said, well, heck yeah. Let's give it a try. So you know how things go. You get busy, and here it is. It's great. And a really nice note, a very legible note. Morris, thank you. I'm talking, not smoking. But he did something interesting for the customs declaration. It's a gift. Quantity and detailed description of contents. Hobby supplies. Value, $15. How great is that? I mean, this is a hobby, right? And these are our supplies. A Sainsbury's bag. Very nice. Because it's very aroma heavy tobacco, which is great. These are all Balkans from Compton's, who I assume is in Hampshire. I don't know where they are. I'll have to look them up. Compton's number 10. Compton's Macedonian, which I'm smoking right now. The name got me on that one. Compton's York Full Mixture. I'm going to have to try each and every one of these, Morris. I mean, I just so appreciate it. And then Compton's Balkan. So he's saying they're all Balkans. And to me, a layman, a Balkan is a non-aromatic tobacco blend formulated from, it really could be anything, but heavily on tobaccos grown in the Near East. So Macedonia, of course, is near Greece, and Turkish kind of blends. Now, I was under the assumption, I read it somewhere, probably on the internet, that tobacco itself is a New World plant. So the world wasn't aware of tobacco. Let's call it the Eurocentric world was not aware of tobacco until discovery and exploitation of the New World, meaning the Americas. So is that true? I'm going to have to look this up on the internet, probably. So tobaccos that are grown, that are considered Balkan, grown in the Near East, would be Virginians, maybe. I don't know. But Virginia's grown in that location, and tobacco, of course, is widely variable, as we all know. How it's grown, where it's grown, how it's processed after it's cut. Oh gosh, which makes it really fun, of course. Probably hard to replicate for the tobacco growers. And the tobacco blenders, it would be tough to come up with a blend packaged with 2011 tobacco and replicate that exactly in 2012, just because of the variations in the tobacco. But that all makes it more interesting to me too. I mean, it's a challenge for them. But so this is, if I could smoke and not talk, keeps up that tradition, that Balkan tradition of being really tasty, but not super heavy. A lot of these, they could have Latakia in them. There were some blackened flakes in there, so to me that indicates that there might be a kind of pickup, maybe a scent of it. But it's a fairly minor amount, I think, in most of those, just to my nose. We'll see if Compton has a website. Maybe they'll give a little more info on it. Kind of like how Glenn does with Gauntleys. It's smooth, it's deep, it's creamy. Well, it's got great flavor. Kind of a light, roasty, creamy, woodsy richness. Gotta love it. So, Morris typed up this note. He says his handwriting's terrible, so, or illegible. I hope you will enjoy them. They are all what I would term Balkans. To me, they have a richness and depth of flavor that is unusual in many blends nowadays. I suspect it is because the tobacco, as well as being of good quality, has also been aged. I hope they bring you some sweet smokes. Best wishes. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will enjoy them. I will share them. We'll have some great conversations around them. They will enlarge our experience. So thanks. Thanks for giving us the means, the excuse to get together too. This weekend coming up is Old Mill Days up in Port Gamble, which is like a lager festival, and it's always fun. But I end up filling their log rolling tank with water every year via the fire department, and so I get a few free tickets out of it. So it's just another good excuse to go. So we'll see. Maybe we'll try and do a little video of that. I don't know. See what the weather's going to be like. It's been great, although dry, thus fires. But these gray mornings, the sun bursts through about noonish, and then it's a sunny afternoon. It's beautiful. Makes me think of wood splitting and stacking and leaf raking in the yard, and kind of finishing up summer chores, getting the house ready for winter. This is really good stuff. This is ace. Wow. Yeah, very, very nice. Wow. You can just, it's meaty. Or, yeah, meaty, no. Meaty is more granular. This is creamier. Tasty stuff. If an aromatic could taste like this, I'm in. But so I can't really tell what the room note is. It's probably a bit like burning leaves, the way most non-aromatics are. The better it tastes, the worse it smells. Yeah. So. Very nice. Thanks again, Morris.